I lived in North Carolina most of my life. And when my mom died last year, I decided I was going to hitchhike all the way to Hollywood, Florida. And I did that. And because my aunt lives down there in Hollywood. And she left me stranded down there. She never answered the phone, no nothing. So when I walked through, I seen this town. And it was a beautiful town. And it was the one that I just wanted to be in. So I walked back up Hollywood. And that's how I came to be here.
Okay.
And I put applications in at every place up on this road. They won't hire you.
No.
Not if you're homeless.
You have to have an address or something?
Well, yes, you have to have an address, but if they know you're homeless, they won't hire you.
Is this the first time in your life you've been homeless?
Yep. I worked every day of my life. I worked at Leonsburg Express in Mount Airy,
Oh, no kidding.
North Carolina, for 12 and a half years.
And so what was the event that caused you? Was it the passing of your mother and you needed to move out? Or?
I got in a motorcycle wreck.
Okay.
I had my own house and everything. And I broke both my legs and my back and my neck.
Oh my gosh. And so it cost all your money or inability to work or what?
Well, I had to be out of work for a year.
Oh.
And they hired somebody else in my spot.
What's the experience like day to day being on the street?
At nighttime, wintertime, it gets really cold.
Yeah.
During the day, you can eat, survive. I don't usually stay around people because you can't trust everybody.
Have you had any bad experiences with people here?
No, I'm bad.
Or
No,
hurting you or anything?
Well, my bags got stolen and I lost my ID. They stole my wallet and everything, so
Oh, okay.
that's the only. I got my ID 2 days ago and I'm working on getting my Social Security card.
Okay. Where do you get a meal a day? Who helps you out?
You can go to the feed out there and you can go to St. Francis. You can go to St. Francis at lunchtime and you can go to the lot right across from the place and they'll give you a meal at nighttime.
Okay.
But other than that, they really don't help you. You can't go there and get a bed anytime you want.
No.
No, ma'am.
How frequently do you get a bed in there?
Now, you only get a bed if the police wake you up and they call for you.
Oh, okay. All right.
All these people donate money to that place and you can't really get no help.
What should people do to help you?
Well, we need a shelter that people can go to at nighttime and that you can go to, you know what I'm saying? Every city's got one, but this city.
Okay.
If you're a St. Augustine resident and you got a job, you can go there.
But if you're not a resident or you don't have a job, you're not able to go there.
No, ma'am, you're not.
Have you noticed any difference in the way people treat you since the formation of this Facebook group?
I don't understand why, they want to say it on the news, tell people not to give. How did Jesus tell us to quit caring? There is a few bad apples in every situation you go to. The rich, there's bad apples. The poor, there's bad apples. Even the medium.
That's what we wanted to share, is just let your story come out, because you're a legitimate human being with a story to tell.
Believe me, I don't want to be out here.
You want a job?
Yeah, I don't want to be out here no more than people don't want me out here.
Tell us a little bit about you and how you came to this situation.
Well, actually, I was a single mom for 20 plus years. I raised 3 kids on my own. And I went to school and I got a degree in culinary arts and I worked as a chef for 35 years. Because of some unforeseen legal difficulties, I lost my job and my home. I lived in Colorado and I came down here because it's, a little bit warmer weather. It's hard to be homeless when there's 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
I met this really, really great guy and we were trying to get married. So right now we're just trying to get up enough money for a marriage license.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how long have you been homeless?
I've been homeless for 3 years. 3 years consistently. This is not the first time I've been homeless, but this time it's been consistently for 3 years. It's been 3 years since I've had a permanent address.
And was the precipitating reason for homelessness because of the legal problems in Colorado? Or
I got mixed up with the wrong guy, and it turns out he was doing drugs. And when I found out about that, because I don't do drugs. When I found out about it, I asked him to move out of my house, and it got ugly and it turned violent. And in the process of trying to defend myself from him, I stabbed him with a pair of scissors. And so I went to jail. And I lost my home and my job, and basically everything I had.
Does that history make it difficult for you to get a job, or do you have health issues
It does.
that are...
Well, I do. I'm getting older now. I'm a little bit older, and it's harder for me to stand on my feet for that long period of time. I could probably still work part-time, but it's hard to find a job when you don't have a telephone. You can't fill out an application if you can't leave them a phone number. If you want to take a look at my shoe here. I also don't even have a decent pair of shoes to work in.
Understood.
So, and I wear a really small size, so it's hard for me to even find shoes that fit. Especially not used, and I can't afford new shoes. We don't make as much money as people think we do out here. We're not raking in hundreds of dollars every day. For Thursday, it's been kind of slow, and I figured it would be better as it's get to be Christmas season. But I think a lot of the negative things that have been in the press lately are hurting all of us.
What is it that you need most being on the streets?
A place to sleep, a secure, safe place to sleep.
And where do you stay?
Wherever I can. Usually, if I have a few friends, sometimes they let me, stay at their camps. Sometimes I just do. I sleep a lot. I'm sure y'all are aware of Dining with Dignity. If you've done some work with the homeless, and the lot where they feed at, I sleep there sometimes. It's been pretty safe for me there. But usually I try to find at least one other person around that I can, that's there when I'm asleep, so that I'm not by myself. Because I have slept by myself before, and I got raped recently, being on my own.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
The day before Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh.
And
were you able to go get services to deal with that?
I tried to file a police report, and the police refused to take my report. They said because I was homeless and sleeping by myself out in the open, that there was nothing really they could do, even though I knew who did it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like I said, a lot of people out here, they don't always use their real names, so that when you meet somebody, you get a street name, so you don't really know some person's first or last name.
Right.
So, I know what he goes by, and I know who he is.
Right.
But, I've not seen him around, so
And have things changed at all with how you're treated with this Facebook group? Do you notice any difference?
It's a little bit harder for us to make even a little bit of money now. They've been told in the newspaper and on Facebook and on various other websites, apparently, don't give the beggars money, don't give the homeless people money, because all we're going to do is drink it up.
Yeah. Well, all right, Dan, I appreciate you telling us your story.
Well, thank you, and thank you for stopping to talk to me.
What was your specialty dish when you were a chef?
I was a saucier. I did soups, stews, gravy, sauces.
Awesome.
Oh, well, that's supposed to be the sign of a really good chef who can do the soups and the stews.
Oh, I loved it. It was my favorite. That was my favorite part of the job too.
Really?
And I've done everything. I've worked in 5-star hotels, golf courses, country clubs, and I've even worked in like little mom and pop places, one-man kitchen kind of things. I've always loved to cook. My great-grandmother taught me how to cook.
Did she?
When I was 8 years old, I started helping her out in the kitchen, and I've just loved it ever since. It's what I always wanted to do. So I did get to live my dream.
Yeah, you did. Well, I hope you get back to your dream.
And now, well, I'm doing all right. I'm getting to travel a little bit now. I've been to 16 states and the District of Columbia, which is great because I've always wanted to travel too. So I get to do that. But I'm getting older now, and I'm slowing down a little bit. So it's time to settle down and maybe try to find something a little bit more permanent. Try a little bit harder.
Well, hey, Harold. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how old you are.
I'm 55 years old. I became homeless when my house burned down a week before Thanksgiving last year. I was living in my car. I was working in the city of St. Augustine. My car broke down, so I ended up being stranded in St. Augustine. I'm out here now. I was working for minimum wage, and I hurt my knee, so I lost that job. So after the first year, I go back to work. So right now, I'm out here just trying to survive until the first of the year.
Till the first of the year?
I have my girlfriend. I have a 3-year-old pit bull. to stay with me. And we live on the street. We live in a campsite. So that's pretty much my story.
Okay. But you had a house and
Yeah,
a job
I
and
had a house,
everything
car,
until it burned down.
Until it burned down, everything went south.
Wow. Yeah. Just in a minute, things can change, can't
Yes,
they?
they can.
Do you tend to spend your day mostly here on St. George Street, or where
Yeah,
do you go?
I usually come out here about twice a week. The rest of the time I'm usually in my camp.
What's the experience like out here?
It's hard. It is real hard.
Yeah, I bet it is.
You know, the organizations, St. Francis House helps us a little bit.
Do they?
Yeah, then Home Again out on 207, they help us out.
What kinds of things do they do for you?
They do a little bit of free medical. They do clothing, food, stuff like that. Let us take showers and wash our clothes and
Okay.
stuff like that.
What's the hardest thing you deal with?
The elements. Rain, cold.
Yeah.
Other than that, a lot of people out here stealing from me and stuff like that. It's what you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
I'm hoping after the first of the year, everything can get back to normal.
Where do you think you'll be able to get a job?
I'll just go through a temp search until I get something to hire me on full time. I'll be off the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm done with this.
You're done.
Oh yeah, I'm fed up. I'm about to lose it. I don't know how a lot of these people have been doing it 8, 9, 10 years. I've been doing it. I've been on the street actually since March.
Okay.
That's why my car broke down. Shoot, just in this little bit of time. It's hard.
How do residents on St. George Street and elsewhere treat you?
They don't bother me.
They don't.
They walk by, they do their thing, and we just sit here and do ours.
Yeah.
Then you have the restaurant, there's a couple stores here. I've been sitting in this spot for almost 3 months. There's stores there, they come out here and give us lemonade.
They do.
Yeah, the store over there comes out and gives my dog toys to play with. You know,
That's pretty good.
So far we get along with a few people right here.
You're kind of coexisting.
Yeah.
Do the cops ever roust you out?
Yeah, but they used to for a while. They could be out here till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Flying signs, but now they knock it down to 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So I try to exist with them.
Yeah.
Try to cooperate with them the best I can.
Okay.
Because I don't want no trouble.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you want to tell the community or the police or the services that help homeless? Any message that you have for anyone?
Oh, well, I appreciate everything everybody's doing. We ain't out here trying to cause no problems. We're just trying to just like everybody else. We're still people.
Absolutely.
Just because we don't have no home at the moment, doesn't mean we're not people.